Alright, in today's topic, we're going to go with my thoughts on the recent article by Give Me Sports, going over the chief content officer that is Triple H considered the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view to be completely dead. It's now been claimed that he's trying to get rid of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, not the match in general. That the pay-per-view has devalued the gimmick match that is Hell in a Cell. Considering the contents of, doing like 3 a pay-per-view is a bit much. Unless it was like Lockdown that they have every match be a steel cage. But it kind of bewilders it and just make it its own gimmick. When Hell in a Cell, they've done it on pay-per-views that don't require it having its own name, like Bad Blood, WrestleMania. They literally did it. They still did a WrestleMania pit match involving Shane McMahon and Undertaker, involving the company. Shane's chance to own the company was on the line. Well, Raw. Like something that's personal, career-threatening, high stakes, and violent. That's what made Hell in a Cell such a memorable pay-per-view. It doesn't require it only being selected for a month. So this is actually the only thing currently over the reigns of Triple H that I agree with. There has been a lot of talk about the new WWE leadership regime looking to do away with some gimmick pay-per-views. And Hell in a Cell looks to be the top of that list. Reports have claimed that the pay-per-view, which debuted back in 2009, Hell in a Cell. I'm like a monster. Sorry, that's the theme song of it. Hell in a Cell, arguably WWE's most brutal pay-per-view match. Triple H with several iconic matches, but the format has changed over the last decade. Since 2009, WWE has held a pay-per-view for Hell in a Cell annually, often holding at least one of the matches for each show. However, that's not been popular with WWE fans. Seriously, we're getting lower pay-per-view gates every time they air over because there's nothing to draw if there's no reason except for another calendar year. Like, who wants to watch Randy Orton versus Sheamus Hell in a Cell? Sasha Banks versus just normal matches that don't have to be matches. Like, the last time we had that, Triple H actually referenced that he appreciated the match between Roman and Jey Uso because it actually had a personal feud that involved spite, violence, and family that went over a month-long feud that had to go Hell in a Cell, and it ended up with with Jey Uso quitting, and now under the control of Roman. And a lot of people, even the fans that are even don't mess with WWE, they appreciate that match. Could actually concluded over a storyline months in the making. That was personal, violent, and had emotional content to see if Jey Uso can overcome this. It's, let me see. The show itself, I think, completely is dead. This match, from what I understand, means a lot to Hunter. Just think about the classics he had in there. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. They've been feuding for 6 weeks. They got to be now because the calendar says so. It's not going to happen anymore. So at least Triple H knows gimmick matches like Hell in a Cell. Hopefully the same thing happens with the Elimination pay-per-view. We actually have a rhyme or a reason why we should have gimmick matches when it comes to situational altercations than it's just there, making it feel like a fast food than something that feels like this gotten too far, something needs to hold these guys, or there's so many guys that are in the making to be a champion. I need to end this once and for all, or this is something that can't be held in the WWE ring. Like something that feels like it needs that type of gimmick match, not just because it's there over in the calendar. That's why we've been having low drawing over pay-per-views. That's why I feel like Vince doesn't even care, because if the low buy rates show that they can't be doing the monthly pay-per-views and they're really relying over the streaming, it doesn't really matter if you do Elimination Chamber match or Hell in a Cell anymore. That I feel like shouldn't be the case. The gimmick match and the wrestler should be the draw. in that aspect, if you're going to put a giant steel cage on the ceiling and people know what to expect, and I hope Triple H gets rid of that red color out of the Hell in the Cell, especially with the red lighting or some shit. It looks ugly. It feels disorienting and it doesn't help. Except, ooh, it's hell. It's Hell in the Cell. It's hellish. And that means it gets red. Like, bro, hell no. I know Vince. There's as soon as Vince thought red should be in the Hell in the Cell because it's hellish. It's demonic. Yeah, pal. Yeah. It should just be like the clip dick that Charlotte Flair has whenever she gets her period. She PMSs it stains to Hell in the Cell. That happened last time in her match. It's permanent. Can't wash it off. So I think that's the reason. I agree with the statement by Triple H. I just want to put my 2 cents on the matter. And thanks for watching the DST show. Comments, concerns, please put it down. Tell me your thoughts. I wanted to go over the media scrum so bad. I know I'm like a month late over that subject. But if you guys want to discuss that, I'll put it over for a stream for possibly next week. That's it for me. Thanks for watching the DST show.